Hey everyone, this is OKCoyote. Welcome back to my Magic the Gathering December Pack-A-Day Challenge for December 24th. That's right, it's Christmas Eve. And what we've got today is Gatecrash. So, for those that don't know what I'm doing, I am opening a pack of Magic the Gathering every day in December, and it's a different pack every day. 31 days, 31 packs. Now, I've mentioned this before, but my first 24 packs were randomized, and they are all Pioneer legal. They came from something I ordered on Card Kingdom called a Pioneer Chaos Draft Bundle. So it was 24 different packs, all Pioneer legal, which means they are from sets from Return to Ravnica and later. Return to Ravnica forward. So this is the last of those. This is the 24th day. So after today, the last 7 days of the month will not be randomized. They are some special packs that I have put together intentionally for various reasons. So some packs that I happen to have in my collection that I'm going to have a little fun opening. But as I mentioned, this is the last of the Pioneer packs. Today's pack is Gatecrash. Gatecrash, I believe, was the second set in the Return to Ravnica block, which makes it one of the oldest sets that is legal in Pioneer, and one of the oldest sets I have in the Pack-A-Day Challenge. Not the oldest, you'll see that tomorrow, spoiler alert. Yeah, this goes back quite a few years. Anyway, going back quite this far, I don't remember what was in this set. I believe the 10 Guilds of Ravnica, which were 2 color pairs, I believe they had been split among 3 sets, so that Return to Ravnica had 4 of the guilds, and Gatecrash had 3 more, and then the last set was... Oh, no. That was the first Ravnica block. This one was Return to Ravnica, Gatecrash, and Dragon's Maze. I think they were 5 and 5, and then Dragon's Maze had all 10. So I think this had the other 5 guilds that Return to Ravnica didn't have. Obviously, I don't remember what was in this set, but we're going to find out what's in this pack right now. So let's get into it. All right. We start off with a massive raid. And we're not talking about your MMO here. This is just a massive raid. 1 red instant. Massive raid deals damage to target creature or player equal to the number of creatures you control. Okay, it's a burn spell, but kind of a weak burn spell. It's pretty impressive if you're going wide, if you're running like a goblin deck or something, lots of little creatures, then this can do some serious damage. And the fact that it is an instant and can target a player means this could be a game winner. But on its own, it's hard to judge its effectiveness. I wouldn't draft this very highly unless I had already built a deck that was pretty high on small red creatures or perhaps some token generation, that sort of thing. All right. Next up is the Metropolis Sprite. 1 and a blue for a 1/2 fairy rogue with flying, and you can pay a blue. Metropolis Sprite gets +1/-1 until end of turn. This is surprisingly not bad. A 1/2 for flying is not spectacular, but you can change it to become a 2/1. You stick an aura on this, and that flexible power and toughness is not too bad. Yeah, getting, at the cost of 1 mana, getting in for 2 damage a turn right from turn 3. Okay, yeah, it's fair. It's a fair card. Primal Visitation. This is going to be from the Gruul Guild. You can tell by the watermark and the fact that it's 2 colors. 3 red-green. Enchantment, aura. Enchanted creature gets +3/+3 and has haste. That's a nice power boost. The haste is pretty cool, but it's pretty expensive. it's going to be hard to put a big creature out on the table and then also give it haste with this card, because you're just not going to have that much mana. Yeah, it looks impressive, but I don't feel it's very strong. Wojek Halbertears. This is a Boros guild, which is red-white. Red-white for a 3/2 human soldier. Battalion. Whenever Wojek Halbertears and at least 2 other creatures attack, Wojek Halbertears gains first strike until end of turn. This is a fantastic card. We've had a lot of 3/2s for 3 over the course of this Pack a Day challenge. So a 3/2 for 2 is pretty impressive. Now you do have to commit to 2 colors. So maybe not an early pick, but if you find yourself in these colors, I would definitely grab this card. It's it's solid. We have the Simic Guild Gate. Every guild has a gate. This is a land gate. Enters the battlefield tapped, and you can tap for green or blue. Yeah, gotta have your mana fixing. So that's Simic's. Basilica Guards. 2 and a white for a 1/4 human soldier with Defender and Extort. Whenever you cast a spell, you may pay white or black. If you do, each opponent loses 1 life, and you gain that much life. Extort's a pretty neat mechanic, and if you have multiple cards that have Extort on the battlefield, you can just kind of stack those up and start draining your opponent. This is the Orzhov Guild white-black ability there. Pretty cool. Ember Beast. 2 and a red for a 3/4 beast. Ember Beast can't attack or block alone. So, again, another red card here that seems decent in theory, but it really depends on what kind of cards you have supporting it. It can't attack or block alone, which means it's overpowered, but just kind of sits there until it finds a friend. Sky Games. 1 and a blue for an enchantment. Aura. Enchant Land. Enchanted Land has tap. Target creature gains flying until end of turn. Activate this ability only anytime you could cast a sorcery. Interesting. Kind of like your flight, the old flight aura, except you put this on a land and it can give anything flying at the cost of, well, tapping that land and losing out on that mana. But yeah, it's I don't know how powerful this is, but it's kind of cool. Just make whatever creature you want into a flyer, but only as a sorcery, so only when attacking. Still, it's it's an aura, so generally not very strong, but yeah, it can do some things. Yeah. Slate Street Ruffian. 2 and a black for a 2/2 human warrior. Whenever Slate Street Ruffian becomes blocked, defending player discards a card. So 2/2 for 3, not very strong on its own, but your opponent may be tempted to just let it through. If you let it through, you're going to take 2 damage. If you block it, you're going to lose a card. So, if you don't want to get rid of the cards in your hand, you're going to be taking some damage repeatedly until you can get your hand played out, or pick out one card you want to get rid of, and you may just have to pitch 1 card in order to get rid of this thing. Still, kind of a fun ability. I don't know quite how powerful it is, but it's interesting. We have another Orzhov card as we move into the uncommons. We have ViscopaConfessor. 3 white-black for a 1/3 human cleric with Extort. When ViscopaConfessor enters the battlefield, pay any amount of life. Target opponent reveals that many cards from his or her hand. You choose one of them and exile it. That's kind of neat. So 5 mana, pay some life, and exile your opponent's best thing out of their hand, and then you have that Extort sitting around, so future future spells can start draining. The these extort cards don't seem too strong on their own. Like the Basilica Guards had Defender. This guy's only a 1/3. So they must have been worried that extort was going to be crazy strong by not putting the ability on cards that could do a whole lot of damage on their own. Still, it's an interesting card. If you're running into white-black, I could see it getting played. Thrall Parasite. This is just a black mana for a 1/1 Thrall, and it also has Extort. Also, you can tap and pay 2 life to remove a counter from target non-land permanent. Interesting. Get rid of some +1/+1 counters or some Planeswalker loyalty counters, but at the cost of 2 life. It's kind of a rough cost, but remember, if you're extorting, you are draining life, so the idea is you have that life to spend. Don't know how strong it is, but it's another interesting ability, certainly. I like this card a lot. Experiment 1. This is a Simic card. It costs 1 green. It is a 1/1 human ooze, and it has Evolve. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, if that creature has greater power or toughness than this creature, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Remove 2 +1/+1 counters from Experiment 1. Regenerate Experiment 1. Yeah, it's kind of neat. So this will get larger and larger over time, and then if it dies, you can take some counters off to regenerate it. Then it's small again, and it can build its way right back up. I like it. This is a really neat card. It's slow and steady, but one that will get away from your opponent if they are not paying attention. Before we get to our rare, let's look at the rest of the pack. We've got an ad here. That's an ad for Ultra Pro, and a little blurb here about House Demir. Yep, that's our advertisement. No token card in this pack. We have our basic land, which is a forest. We have a foil in this pack. The foil, there it is, shiny. It's Predator's Rapport. It's a common. It's 2 and a green for an instant. Choose target creature you control. You gain life equal to that creature's power plus its toughness. Well, that could be a lot of life, but I don't think this is a very strong card. I was hoping you could choose target creature you control and have it deal damage to something, you know? A fight card or something like that. Those are a lot more popular these days. So, yeah, this one I don't feel is that great. Our rare in this pack is Molten Primordial. 5 red for a 6/4 avatar with haste. When Molten Primordial enters the battlefield, for each opponent, gain control of up to 1 target creature that player controls until end of turn. Untap those creatures. They gain haste until end of turn. Cool. So 6/4 haste with an active treason effect. Obviously, it's made for commander games when you can take control of something from each of your opponents. So that makes it really good. Still think it's solid even in a 1-on-1. It's a 6/4 haste, and you can also take your opponent's best thing and beat them over the head with it. Yeah, pretty neat. If it had flying or trample, this would be an automatic first pick. I still think it is the first pick out of this pack because, you've got the extort cards, you got that one burn spell. Experiment 1's a solid creature, but there's nothing really jumping out as a big bomb. There's no big flyer, and there's no serious removal card. So I feel like the Primordial would be the closest to a bomb card, and so this might be my first pick out of this pack. Anyway, that's going to do it for Gatecrash and this today's edition of the Pack-A-Day Challenge. Don't forget to like this video if you liked this video. You can also subscribe to my channel and follow me on Twitter at OKCoyote. So that's it for the Pack-A-Day Challenge for today. We're going to have some special episodes coming up as we close off the month. So we will see you tomorrow with another pack. Thanks. Bye.